Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday night. Welcome to this week's episode of New Start Monday Knits. I'm Louise from Wildflower Wool. If you are brand new here, welcome. If you are one of our regular Monday night knitters, I hope you're grabbing your knitting. You'll notice that I'm in a different spot tonight. I'm trying to see if I get a better internet connection down here. So fingers crossed. You guys can tell me if it sounds any better, if it's less freezing and that kind of thing. I think tonight should be better. So I brought my whiteboard down here with us so we can take a look at that. I think I have gathered all my knitting. So hopefully you guys have gathered up your knitting and are settled in for an hour of knitting chat, some knitting time, and we'll just catch up with some friends. So, as we always start our Monday nights out, we're going to talk about what you guys voted for. It was cotton or hemp. So, I'll show that to you in a second. And I've got progress on last week's new start. I have, what's on my whiteboard, you guys? How many weeks? Oh, it's only been 2 weeks. Okay, so I have two projects that I've started new for this year. I will show you progress on both of those, and I snuck in an extra new start because why not? So we will chat about what you guys voted for. All of this yarn, if you couldn't tell from the picture that you looked at for voting, it is out of my stash. I didn't do any more yarn shopping this week. This stuff all came out of my stash. So Bernat, I think this poor white ball. I don't know what I have used it on. It's a part ball. It got it made into probably another dishcloth of some sort at one point. So I have a couple of part white balls. So I thought be a good opportunity to get them knit up. So is there a color on this other than white? Let's see, white. White, that's all. So Bernat, cotton, not sure where this came from. Maybe Michael's, maybe Walmart's. Hard to say. I don't know. The price tag looks a little different. Anyways, Bernat cotton. I really like this gray color. What's it actually called? Overcast. Now there is a name I like. They put a little bit of thought into that. So still like I don't know, medium light gray. I like that. Overcast. So gray and white cotton was one option. And then I had hemp. So the project is going to be another mosaic project. And I'm going to do a pot holder. I feel like I want to have some pretty knitted things in my kitchen. I did think about doing pink and red and do mosaic hearts, something for Valentine's Day. I didn't have those colors. You guys know I'm not a red person, so I didn't have a big selection. So that didn't happen. So I thought I'm just going to use what I have. So you guys should be very, very proud of me that I just didn't run out to Michael's and go grab something. So more hemp that has been in my stash. This has been knit before. Can you tell? It's you can see how kinky it is, right? It's been knit and unraveled. And I know some of you are going to say I can get rid of all that waviness. I could reskein it and tie it. I could soak it and let it hang, and then it would be just like a brand new skein. I could, but I'm not. Let's be realistic. I am not going to do that. Here is one in the hank. This hemp I have had for a really, 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 really long time. This has been in my stash for over 10 years, like 12 at least, probably. I wonder what the price of this is now. This so back that many years ago was $12.50 for this skein. And you know what the really, really cool part about the voting today was the lady I ordered this from actually voted on Instagram, which was really fun. So this yarn is from Lana Knits, or it's also called Hemp for Knitting. So you can find her on Instagram. She's Canadian, out in British Columbia, and I'm going to have to check, but I think that she still has a brick and mortar store out west. but you can also order online. So I ordered a ton of hemp because I really, really, really like knitting with hemp. And I haven't done a bunch of it. And every once in a while, I toss around the idea of only ever knitting with hemp. I think I could do that. So, anyways, this is what I found. I just literally went through my hemp really quick, and I don't have a okay, you guys are gonna laugh a little bit at this. I don't have a super, super big stash of hemp, but I do, but not a big selection of colors. That's what I should say. I've got actually I have a brown, like a rusty brown, kind of like the sweater I'm wearing. I have a bunch of that. I have some orange, I have some green, a little bit of white. I might have some rust. Um, and that's about it. I did come across a skein that was white that I dyed with indigo. And I would have used that. I thought about using that, but with the white skein already, if the hemp won the voting today, I thought, oh, with the two color knitting, some of my dyed indigo was really, really pale blue, and I thought that's not going to show up very well with the white. So I didn't use it for this time, and I grabbed the green because I thought that would give us a really, really nice contrast. So that was your options. So Mosaic pot holder. Did I say pot holder? I think I did. That's the project. And it was going to be whether I should knit it with cotton or with hemp. So um you guys voted and the votes are in. And the winning yarn for this week's cast on is insert pretend drum roll here. I need a little, ooh, my nails almost give us a drum roll, don't they? Okay, the winner, without further ado, of what I am casting on this week is the hemp. And I am so excited. Thank you guys for voting. I know some of you voted for the cotton, and sorry, it's not going to happen. Not this week, but probably again someday soon because I actually really like this gray. So this would be a good project to do and put in like the Christmas box for next year. I did all my Christmas hats. You guys know I did my Christmas hats for my family. And I think it was my niece who said, Aunt Louise, you didn't use your Christmas box this year because did you guys see the picture that I did? I put them all in gift bags and handed them out. So people didn't get to pick. I actually knit the hats for a specific person. Typically, I knit a bunch of things and I have this really cool Christmas box. It's like a trunk and I just put things in it and then pass it around, and everybody gets to kind of go through it. I didn't do that this year. And so I thought, well, maybe I'll have to do that next year. So this would be a good project to go in the Christmas box. This is going to go in my kitchen. So I'm super excited. Okay, so welcome everybody. I see there's tons of people here tonight. That is so exciting, and I see you guys are all chatting away in the chat, so that's fun. Um, so I probably can't say hello to everybody, but hi everybody. Oh, okay. So Joe says I have never worked with hemp. Okay, let's talk about hemp for a little bit. Hi, Amber. Amber, I saw that you were sick today. I hope you're feeling better now after you've had a day of rest. Hi, Kim. Hi, Jocelyn, Diane, Catherine, Tracy, Susie, Sabrina, and everybody else that I haven't. I think I saw Sherry in here. Elise. Oh, Elise says I only made a bracelet with hemp in sixth grade. That's okay. I like hemp. Oh my gosh, I'm having flashback. A flashback. Okay, no, not really. I'm having a memory. I think I know why I have this all wound up back in a bow. I gave some of this to my friend to knit with. I don't know what she was making. I don't know if it was a sweater. I have a feeling probably a sweater. And she knit a little bit with it and then promptly gave it right back to me because she found that it was just rough to knit with. And that really kind of surprised me. Um, But yeah, she found it just it bothered her just, just having the yarn run through her fingers. It She didn't like the feel of it. So, which is totally fine. And I have heard that said before from other people that they do find it rough. Now, it's certainly not in any way itchy or picky or rusticy feeling as wool because it's all plant fiber, but it does have more of a twine feel to it. But it does soften as you wash it. It's it's supposed to be, one of these almost like miracle fibers. Miracle. I'm not sure if that's completely the right word, but yes, Diane, it is. It's exactly like linen. Very much like linen. Oh my goodness, we talked about this once. What is the difference between linen and hemp? And I think it's because linen comes from the flax plant and hemp is hemp. Oh dear. I should research that and actually know that. Um, but yes, it feels very much like linen. It is rougher. Now, the hemp for knitting, she does have a hemp luxe. So I should have said that this is 100% hemp. There are blends. You can get a cotton and a hemp, you can get a wool and a hemp. And I've knit a lot with her yarn that is the wool blend. And it's nice that the wool blend, it is a little more rusticy feeling because it's not a merino wool, but I still really, really do like it. But this is 100%. And I don't know, I like the feel of it. I want to make everything out of this. What have I made out of this? That's a good question. I know I've made an orange scarf. I made a rust colored lace scarf. I think I did like a market bag out of this. I mean, this is supposed to be really, really super strong. It's not supposed to stretch. Like like if you Google hemp, it's been used for a lot of years for making rope and clothing. So it's supposed to be really, really durable. It's not supposed to stretch, but I'm not so sure about that because I do have a sweater that not I didn't make it, a friend of mine made it for herself and it ended up way too big. It is the cotton blend, so I don't know if the cotton in it gave it a little bit more stretch or maybe her gauge was off. I'm not entirely sure. So, I can't say one way or the other, but I don't know. Every knitted thing stretches, right? So I'd be a little leery when it says it won't stretch to see if that actually happens or not. So, anyways, I'm really, really excited to work on this. I've got this reclaimed ball all ready to go. Have to wind the green. I don't know if there's any actual colors on here or names. I don't think so. I think they're all when you go to order. They might just be numbers. I'm not sure. But anyways, this is kind of like a forest green, a nice dark green. So I can't wait to start this. Now these balls, I think I'm just going to wind it into a ball as opposed to you putting it on the ball winder because I have wound it into a cake before and it does work okay, but once you get the cake halfway done, it kind of does collapse in on itself. So I think I will just put it on the Swift and then just hand wind it into a ball. I think that's what I will do. So I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. So thank you guys for all of you who voted for hemp. Thank you because that's what I was secretly hoping for. And for you guys who voted for cotton, sorry. Sorry, but it'll probably come back again because I haven't done a ton of dishcloths. I think when I did my kind of year-end in review, what did I maybe had a couple of dishcloths and maybe a pot holder or two, but not a whole ton. So I feel like I'm letting my family down. Maybe this Christmas came and went and they went home secretly thinking, I didn't get a new dishcloth this year. So I cannot let that happen for next year. So I'll have to make sure that I put some type of dishcloth in my Christmas box for next year. So that is the new start. Super, super excited. What needle size will I use? That is a good question. What? That is a good question. What, 4 millimeter maybe? What does it say on the ball band? Let me see. I'll give you all the info because I didn't really do that. I got carried away. So it is 100 grams and it's 150 meters, which is 165 yards. The gauge is 22 stitches. So that is, um, so we're talking about that's like a DK sport weight, isn't it? And they're suggesting a US 5, which is a 3.75 millimeter. And it says 100% long fiber hemp, hand and machine wash, lay flat to dry. So there's all the info. So now I have not even been reading the comments, so I don't even know if anybody else said have they or have they not um, knit with hemp. Hi Susie. Louise, you are not the only one that didn't do many dishcloths last year. I definitely need to step those up this year. See, maybe it's one of those things you just kind of, one year you're really gung ho with them and you do a ton of them. And then the next year you're like, yeah, I kind of done that. Except if you're Sam, because you guys all know Sam, who's hangs out here and in the Fiber Friends group. She is like the dishcloth knitting queen. She does such a great job on those. But yeah, I know. Maybe it's kind of a ebb and flow, right? Kind of like me and socks. Ugh, we're not going to talk about socks though. Somebody I did see, Terry. I think it was Terry. She voted again. Her answer on Instagram was for the hemp and cotton. She's like staying the same as last week. Finish Eric's socks. So I am supposed to get those done within the month. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Cross everything that they will get done. Hi Val. Oh, Louise, you did a shawl in hemp. Okay, what was your takeaway from it? Would you do another one? Did you like knitting with it? I feel like I'm giving you like the third degree here. Did you find it rough on your hands? Did it soften as you washed it? Um, yeah, I like it, but maybe that's because I like rustic wool, right? I like Lopi. I like everything. So it does. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. I really, really like the feel of it, actually. Oh, Allie. Oh, Ailey, sorry. Anne. Oh, Anne, great. Poor Eric's socks must be done. I know. They will be someday. He's forgotten about them. He's over Christmas, so he's not as near as worried about it as the rest of us are. Oh, that's right. Diane said it is oh my gosh, it is your birthday. I saw that came up on Facebook, I think today, didn't it? All right. Sorry, my throat is still, I don't know. Anyways, Diane, we're gonna sing to you. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna sing, and I'm sure everybody else is going to sing along in their living rooms. So, Diane, here it goes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Happy birthday to you. So, I hope you've been having a fantastic Monday. Did you celebrate on the weekend? Hopefully, you did either something super fantastic or absolutely nothing at all. So, and maybe you got some yarn for your birthday or did a little online order, went to your local yarn shop to treat yourself. That would be super fun. Might as well make birthdays fun, right? Um, oh, Elise, what is the Fiber Friends group? So the Fiber Friends, I co-host another podcast, and it is called the Fiber Friends Podcast with my friend Cheryl. And we are live on the Fiber Friends channel every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. And we do challenges over there. So this month's challenge in the Fiber Friends group is mosaic knitting. So I've kind of had to try and double up on things so I can try to get things done. So you can go over there. There's a Facebook group. That's what I want to say. There was a Fiber Friends Friday night knit in Facebook group. It is a closed group, so search for it, it'll pop up, and then you get asked 2 questions. Make sure you ask at least one or answer at least one question. It's just like, "Are you a knitter? How did you find out about the group?" Just answer it so we know you're a real person, then we'll let you in, and there's lots of fun going on over there. Um, I sent you a text letting you know that the new start Monday. Did you say, Susanna, you must have sent that to somebody else, did you? Oh, Diane, you had a great weekend. Oh, and got some of Emma's yarn. 1,200 yarns. Now I need to pick a pattern. That's super exciting. New yarn. That is wonderful. Let's see here. Oh, Diane, before Sock Madness. Ah, you're right. So yeah, Sock Madness is coming up, you guys, very, very soon. Like the time is ticking away. I mean, we're midway through January now. February is going to be here before we know it. And then signups for Sock Madness will be happening. And then the actual knitting will begin. And that is just always a whole ton of fun. Okay, let's chat about last week's new start. You guys, for the love of goodness, do not let me say the F word, please. Because let me see, I'm thinking when we were chatting last week, I was saying something along the lines of, I should really never ever say I'm going to finish anything because it just jinxes me. But mittens is a small project. I can knit mittens in a week. I will wear them on the weekend. I'm sure I said something exactly like that, didn't I? Oh, well, I don't have a finish, but I have a start. So let's talk about the yarn from last week. This is the start of ball 1. I wound it. It is in, I don't have ball 2 within arm's range. So it was in one of those balls that you can pull from the center, but it was all kind of all falling apart. So I rewound it into an actual ball just so it wasn't going to get all tangled. This is Drop's Wish. And the controversy around it last week was I asked if this should be hat or mitts. Pretty much everybody voted for mitts, which was fun because that's what I really wanted to knit. But a few people said that this yarn is one of those ones that is coarse spun. I think that's what Louise said it was coarse spun. And it doesn't wear very well. It gets very pilly. So mitts probably wouldn't have been maybe the best choice for this yarn. But I thought, it's just a small project. I was going to try it and just see how the yarn fared. Well, the yarn has been kind of carried around in my project bag for most of the week because I had a needle problem, you guys. I couldn't find the size needles that I wanted. I know, shocking, completely shocking. So this just kind of floated around my knitting bag, and I didn't take particularly good care of it. It was just in a project bag. It was in my tote bag. It fell out. I shoved it back in my project bag, and it doesn't look, that like as any fuzzier or pillier, I don't think, than it was initially out of the ball. So that's a good sign. So I found a pattern, a mitten pattern. I know, Amber, I literally do have vases of yarn or of needles. And I went through a lot of them with my needle gauge looking for some DPNs. So I did end up finding some, and they are, well, they're old. I don't know what they are, if they're arrow or something. And I'm not sure the length of them, but they're longer than I would like. And if you're wearing a sweater that has larger sleeves, they get caught on it. It's not the smoothest knit, and it would go a little bit better if I had a little bit shorter needles. It looks almost like a weapon, doesn't it? But But, on the other hand, I think this is what our grandmothers always knit on, right? They didn't have all the super fancy needles that we have now, where we've got nickel plated, we have aluminum, we have um, bamboo, we have birch, we have colors, we have all these things, right? So, think, I'm not going to be picky. I'm just going to knit with what I have. And this is what I could find 5 millimeter. The pattern that I'm knitting from, oh, what did I call it? It's a drops pattern. It was written for this yarn. This yarn is called Wish. And do I have my ball band? It is an alpaca merino cotton blend. And it's super, super soft, which is part of why it will probably pill a bit. But the pattern is number 226, and I think it was called Friendship Mittens. And I think they're just plain mitts. I don't think that doesn't look like there's anything too exciting about them. The interesting thing about this pattern is they have you knit it, which to me seems completely backwards. You cast on, I cast on 28 stitches. It's a free pattern, so I think I can chat about it a little bit here. So then you work your ribbing, and then they had you decrease stitches. And I'm thinking, I am pretty sure I have never decreased after the ribbing. I mean, lots of times it stays the same. Sometimes you might increase, like maybe 2 or 4 stitches, but I don't think I have ever decreased. So I decreased, but I don't know. Every time I look at it, I just think you can just so see that, right? Um, Anyways, I'm not so sure, but I'm following the pattern and it does seem to fit okay. I went down to a 5 millimeter. They suggested a 6 millimeter and a 7 millimeter for this yarn because it is a super bulky. But I'm a loose knitter, so I typically always go down a needle size. And plus, you want mitts to be snug, right? You don't want the wind just blowing through there. So this is what I went with. And and when it's on, it doesn't look that bad, right? It doesn't look like this is, I don't know. But have you ever done mitts where you have actually decreased for the body of the mitt? I'm curious. I'm sure probably somebody's come across another pattern, but I just thought that was interesting. I like reread it twice, and I'm like decrease, and then the stitch count decrease. So I thought, okay, I guess that's what they want us to do. So I did it. So it fits nice and snug. And I had planned to go up a needle size. I had planned to do my ribbing on the smaller needle size, which I found 5 millimeter needles, so that's what I went with, and was going to do the body of the mitt in a 6. So maybe that's why they decrease number of stitches because you're going up a needle size. I don't know. Anyways, um, I know Nikki says, "Never have I ever." I know, right? It seemed odd. So, anyways, Kim says I like the decrease. It means the mitt hugs your hand and keeps it warmer. That it does. That it does. So, anyways, I'm just ready to put the stitches on for the thumb. It feels nice. It is really, really nice to knit. And with this kind of spinning because there's no plies, nothing separates. What's the word that I'm looking for? Like you split. You're not splitting your plies, right? There's no fear of that. It knits nice. It feels nice. It feels nice on. It feels nice and cozy. I think they'll be great to wear. So I'm going to make more progress on these and I will report back next week. Maybe I will have worn them this coming weekend. Maybe I will not. I am making absolutely no predictions, but so far I'm liking it. I am liking it, and I think they will be really nice to wear. So once I actually get them finished and wear, then we'll talk a little bit on how the yarn actually holds up. And you know what? I did not get this project into Ravelry. A couple people asked me throughout the week. They're like, "Louise, did you do that?" And I'm like, "Darn it, I did not." But I'm going to as soon as we're done talking. I'm going to do that. I think I might have said something along the lines of that last week, but I really, really am going to do it this week because I want to. I want to. I want to keep it updated. I want to keep. I mean, we're only on week 3, so I don't want to get too far behind. I don't want to play too much catch up. So I'll show you though what else I did work on. The very first new start of the year was my mosaic cowl. So there's a little bit more of a little story with this too. I've almost knit my first 2 balls. So this is the Sans Garn Pure Gint. It is a DK weight, 100% Norwegian wool, and this stuff is lovely. I think it is a more of a rustic yarn because it's not a merino, but it is really, really nice. It knits up lovely. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. This was my first um, project. Oh my goodness, I am losing my words tonight. This was my first project for the Fiber Friends. So this is almost 250-gram balls knit up into this mosaic cowl. And it's starting to get long. Not super, super long, but it's getting long. So I'm at the point now. I've got it. Well, I've got a little bit left in each ball, and when you get down to this, you think, oh, you're running out of yarn. But it typically, I always find, goes a little bit farther than you think you're going to get out of it. But now that I'm thinking that, it maybe won't. But I wanted to do a long, like double wrap kind of a cowl or infinity scarf. And I'm almost at the point where I could join it and I could just wear it as is, which I could. That is option 1. Option 2 is I try to find more of the yarn. I don't think I have any more of these specific colors. I looked on Little Red Mitten's website and they didn't have this listed as being in stock. That's where I bought it. So that's a little bit of a problem. But I thought if they don't have it, I thought, well, maybe they have a couple balls. Maybe it's just not online. Is that possible? Maybe they have a new order coming in. I don't know. I may just call them and see what they have or go down there. I was hoping to have gotten there on Saturday because I was in that general vicinity, but our guild was having a New Year's lunch and we spent literally all afternoon at the restaurant. And we didn't leave until Little Red Mitten was closing. So I did not get there to see if they had any more yarns. So I think what I will do, my first plan is to see if I can get more of these 2 colors. If I can, I'm going to get 2 more balls of the light blue, 2 more balls of the dark blue, and just keep going because I'm absolutely loving knitting this. Um, Oh, I see Kim says she loves Mosaic. Oh, Jude, thanks. And thanks, Amber. Sabrina, what is the name of the pattern? I just used a chart pattern and just cast on. I did 2 repeats of the chart. The chart pattern, it's a Barbara Walker pattern, and it is in the 3rd. She has a bunch of different chart pattern books. This is in the 3rd book, called Wildflower Lattice. And I love the chart. I like how the two shades of blue are just the colors are just coming out so nice. I ended up doing it in garter stitch as opposed to stockinette. And oh, Kim, I found some of it on Etsy too, but it was the one place I found that had it was in China. So, anyways, that could be an option. So my first option is see if I can get this, carry on, make it super, super long. The second option is I know I have two more shades of blue, so I might color block. Can you color block if you do kind of half and half? So I thought I might just do this section and then do another section in two different shades. That is an option. And then the third would be just to make this one a little bit longer, take out my provisional cast on, and then graft it together. Do the grafting for garter stitch and graft it together. So I got three options. So one way or another, it will get finished. But I think I want to go long with it because I really had this vision of it being long and double wrapped. So I think I want to do that. Um, yes, so Kim, you're right. I could look online. I could do that too. So I guess I have four options, don't I? Yeah, yeah, you're right, Amber. Call them. I know. I thought I was actually going I really thought I was going to get down there. Or with having lunch with a whole group of knitters, not far from St. Thomas. I thought surely somebody will want to go there, right? But we didn't make it, which is seems very strange. But anyways, there's always this coming weekend I can pop down. So this is on track. I'm just kind of puttering away with it, doing a little bit here or there. So I'm happy with it. I like how it's coming along. This is one of those projects that I want to wear it, but I also don't want the knitting to stop because I really, really do like knitting it. I find the Mosaic chart really, really easy to follow. And I knock on wood, I have not had to pull back any full rows. I did one night, I was knitting a little bit later than I probably should have, and I did find one spot when I looked on the front side of it here, and thankfully it was on the row that I had just done, and I was only but back here, and I had a float across the front. And so that just meant when I slipped my stitch, I had my working yarn on the incorrect side of my work. So then I had the float on the front as opposed to all of the floats being on the back side. Can you guys see those? So every time with mosaic knitting, every time you slip your yarn, you have your working yarn to the wrong side. So that could mean it's in the front or it could be in the back, whichever way you're holding your work. So that time I had, but thankfully I caught it. And now every once in a while I keep scanning just to make sure. And I don't know what I would do if I found one down here. Cry momentarily, probably. No, not really, but I would would I pull it all out? I don't know. Because once you're wearing it, you're probably not going to see it. But I'm trying really hard to make sure that I am keeping track of where my working yarn is when I'm slipping so that all my floats always are on the wrong side. Duplicate stitch. You're right, Diane. Duplicate stitch is, you know how most times everybody says, oh, it'll block out, which sometimes does, sometimes doesn't. Duplicate stitch is another one of those things, right? Because duplicate stitch really does fix a lot of little mistakes. Oh, oh, you had to do that on your pressed flowers? Okay. And I mean, really, it's one of those things that's really easy to happen because you're knitting, you're slipping, you're knitting, and you're slipping. And sometimes once you get, I think you're kind of in the groove of it and then you're not really paying attention, that's when it's easy to just forget. So, like anything, right? It does happen. And it's not the end of the world. And so that's good to know, Diane. You can duplicate stitch it and carry on. Hi, Debbie. Oh, yeah, I know it is getting longer, isn't it? Well, I could be finished for Saturday morning if I just keep it as the one loop. We'll see. Let's see here. Oh, Jude says that, oh, there's a place you can buy it in the UK. Well, if I get really stuck, I could order it from there. Oh, Camilla Valley. Oh, like Camilla Valley Farms? Beautiful. Oh, in Latvia? Hmm, that would be nice. Oh, Suzanne, you're working on the Rebel Jocelyn's? Oh, I totally have dropped the ball on that project. Sorry, Jocelyn. I will get to that though. The other little thing that I worked on, did I show you this last week? I can't remember. Can't remember if I had this started or not. But this is our guild project. And look at my cute little progress marker, progress keeper. Isn't that the cutest? One of the Fiber Friends knitters, Linnell, made that. It's all little tiny glass beads. Look how sparkly it is. Isn't that just the cutest? So I put it on here just because I don't need to mark anything, but I just thought it was pretty. So I put it on there because we need like knitting jewelry, don't we? Just a little fun. So this is, I think I probably chatted to you guys about this. And again, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. It's like oh, winter blanket mystery cowl, something like that. And it is, I have no information on this. Hold on, maybe I can quickly find it. I can quickly find it. Um, one of our guild members found this, and so we decided to do this as our guild project. It is the website where this is at is at yarns length at yarn with an s yarns length.com. Winter stitch sampler knit along. I don't know if you see that, but that's winter stitch sampler knit along. That's where it is. So it is free and it is 12 blocks. Ooh, the new one's up. Oh, I'm just seeing this for the first time. Traveling vine stitch. Ooh. So there's 4 blocks are out now. I think it started Boxing Day, and she is putting out a block pattern once a week for 12 weeks. So our guild is doing it 1 block a month. And then we'll work through this project and get a blanket done over the year. So this was the first block, is just this really cute butterfly stitch. Now, I'm not going to get up and get it, but just over here, I have a shawl. I did a wrap in this, and I knit it. It's not classic wool, but it might have been um, decor, is what I'm thinking. Patton's decor, and it was a wool acrylic blend. And I just did a big rectangle wrap, and it sits here in my living room on the mannequin. And I did this stitch with it, but I did them closer together. There's 5 stitches in here, and mine are pretty much touching. And there's not a big space. So you can play around, but these butterflies are really, really fun and super easy to do. It's just slipping some stitches, and then you're scooping them up after you see where there's 3 rows of slip stitches. The next row, you're just scooping them up. So it is very, very fun to do. Oh, hi, Liz. So this is it. And I use this yarn because you guys all know Jocelyn's got me kind of hooked on using the Impeccable. Is that upside down? Yes, it is. Impeccable from Loops and Threads at Michael's. A worsted weight, 100% acrylic yarn. I thought, I debated about doing it in a wool or doing it in classic wool or Cascade 220. But I thought, you know what? Daisy likes this. I'm picturing this, using this here in my living room. And whatever blankets I have on the couch, Daisy likes to sleep on and sleep under. So I thought, no, I'm going to do something that I can wash and dry. So I went and I had talked about, I think I had told you guys I was going to do the colorway Smoke. It was that really light bluey gray, and it is a very, very pretty color. But when I went down there to get the yarn, I looked at it and I'm like, I think I want a little more color. So I was kind of surveying and wondering, should I go with a darker gray, a medium gray? And then I came across this color and I'm like, I think I like this. So was not at all what I thought. I thought I was either going to go with the smoke or go with a gray. And then I ended up going with this, and it is misty blue. So it's a fun color. I really like it. This is one I worked on this while we were at our guild lunch. Got another pattern repeat here done with of the butterflies. So it's fun. So this will be a year-long project. We'll just get different squares. The squares are 15 inches by 15 inches, and they're 3 squares wide by 4 squares deep. So you end up with 45 by 60 size blanket, and then there is an optional border to go around it. So that is another little project that I'm just doing in between everything else. So that is it. So yes, so Liz, I think somebody tell you that hemp? Yes, the green white hemp one. Liz, what did you? Oh, that's what you voted for. Look at that. Fantastic. Oh, peacock blue. It is. Yeah, it is kind of like that, a peacock blue. I know. I thought it was just an interesting shade of blue, and I really, really liked it. So let me say, I'm just going to go back here and see. Um, oh, so Amber and Susanna are talking about Jocelyn's Rebel Mystery Knit Along. I'm just seeing they were glad to be done one of the sections. So, uh-oh. I mean, I am going to work on that. I should be working on that. I should kind of do that a little bit. Hmm, yeah, I'll have to sneak that into the rotation as well. Let's see. Now, Louise, aren't you supposed to be doing some baby knits for Anita? Oh my goodness. Yes, I am, you guys. So if anybody doesn't know, my daughter is expecting her first baby April 1st. So I am very, very excited. I have a couple patterns all set out that I do need to go get some more yarn for. So, yes, I think that will be a this weekend project because time is ticking away. You think you have all this time, but now April is not that far away. So I need to get started on those. I may need to go get more needles, you guys. I don't know. I think all my projects from last year have used up all my needles. I need to reevaluate some projects or needles or something, or put them on stitch holders and take the needles back. Maybe that's what I should do. That might be a smart idea. I don't know. I'm going to see. Oh, a puffy blanket this year. I wanted to. I have always wanted to, Sally. I know. Don't tempt me too much because maybe I will add that in. I could do like a hex. You're talking the hexy puffs, right? Yeah. Oh, I wonder how Natalie started knitting that. I wonder how far she got on it. We'll have to see. Have to ask her next time I see her. Let's see. Liz, you're in the process of moving? That is a lot of work. That is a lot of work. But nice when it's all done, and then you can unpack things in your new place and get all settled in. Sabrina, you cast on a pair of socks. Oh no, for the third time. Are you on track now? I'm not a sock knitter, but I'm going to try again. You can do it. Sometimes the third time sometimes is a charm with some projects. I know, Susie. I know April will be here quick, won't it? Which is great because then the nice warm weather will be here. It'll be perfect sweater wearing weather when it's just, well, spring. Spring, right? End of winter, springtime, you can ditch the winter coats, but just wear a nice sweater. Perfect for taking a baby for a walk in a stroller with a lovely little hat and beautiful blanket and a sweater and socks. This baby is going to be sweating. um, I know it should be. New Start Mondays is had better switch gears here quick, or I'm going to be knitting in the delivery room. Well, not. I'll be knitting in the waiting room, which will be just a whole complete revisit of Christmas Eve. Is exactly what's going to happen, isn't it? But yeah, I better but yeah, short story in that is I better get myself moving on some baby nets, hadn't I? Yes. Oh, yes. So Susie's giving some Sabrina a little, yes, pep talk, a little encouragement that, yes, Sabrina, you will be able to do them. I've done socks for a couple of years and still sometimes struggle with the heel. Yeah, I still struggle sometimes too. But yes, that's it. Yeah, you as long as you don't quit, as long as you don't give up, you'll get them done, right? Oh, look, Liz is telling Sabrina, yes, you got all this encouragement, Sabrina. You can totally do it. Oh, no, Jude, don't say that. But you could be right. Jude is saying this could be the year that winter holds out till Easter. Snow for Easter because winter has been late in arriving. That would be terrible. I want winter. If it's going to be winter, I want it now in January, February, March, April. Better be spring. Yeah. And my whole vision of having a brand new grandbaby and taking her for walks does not include pushing a stroller through snow. So, Mother Nature better be listening because, yeah, that's not in my plans. Not in my plans at all. Yeah, Eric's socks are an example. I know. It's not so much that I have trouble. Well, I did have trouble with Eric's heels. Yes. I was going to say it's not usually like a technical thing that I have trouble with, but Eric's socks, the heel was, yeah, I was trying to um go by some written instructions in a book and didn't quite work. So yeah, I did. I did knit that heel 3 times. So if I had had that knitting time put into like working on his foot, I would have been a whole lot closer to getting them finished. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't put in my request because yeah, Mother Nature always likes to like play tricks on us. Just when we think we know what the weather's going to be, it's going to be something different. Oh, the socks that Cheryl did. Yeah, like the dainty socks. Oh, yeah, I've got those on the needle somewhere. Yes. I'm going to have to find some needles. So I am ready for sock madness because I learned my lesson last year. When that first pattern comes out, you start it that day. Do not wait a day or 2 because you will stress over that. That was a bad choice. I learned my lesson. I will not repeat that again. Um, oh, Jude, you order 6 feet of snow every year and never get it? Okay, yeah, I don't need 6 feet, but a little bit would be good. Um, oh, what is that? No, the ones from oh, which one's Diane? The one she's doing now with the like the toe up with the faux gusset socks? I don't know. I can't remember which ones. Oh, I know it was raining. It's supposed to rain here. They've got freezing rain warnings out for us right now, like for tomorrow morning, and that's not happening either. Because I have to I have to be out and about and driving a lot super early tomorrow morning. And again, I don't want to deal with freezing rain. I don't want to scrape inches off my car. I don't want to drive. So I'm just putting that out there. If Mother Nature is listening at all, I can put my order in, right? Oh, oh, what are the numbers of the Purigant? Let me see. Light blue. Light blue is, ooh, okay. 7212, 7212. And dark blue is on the floor. It is 16839. 16839. So, anyways, oh, Diane, what is this? David's toe up sock cookbook. Yes, the faux. Oh, the one that she was linking in the group, the whole, like the one that you had to go to the website and sign up for, and then you got the pattern. Yes, those would be fun to do. I mean, just think of all the socks you could do, right? Like you could, if you were switching out toes and heels and toe up, cuff down, different cast-ons, different cast-offs. You could knit socks all year long with a different technique and never get bored. You'd have so many different things to try. No, Daisy did not run away with my yarn. She did not do that. I know, I do have to tell you, I did wake up one morning, I think it was between Christmas and New Year's, and I had a little ball of sock yarn. And typically, Daisy doesn't play with my yarn. And she had been very busy during the night. I woke up and yarn was zigzagging all through my living room and dining room. It was wrapped around every chair leg, every table leg. It was all over. I just had to come along with the scissors and cut and pull and cut and pull. She must have had a ball that night for sure. Yes. So, anyways, you guys, this has been a really fun chat. Um, Hemp knitting for me, I am so excited. I think I'm going to sit and I'm going to wind that up right now and find some needles. Find some needles. Um that is always my Monday night job is to try to find the right size needles. Excuse me. Yes, Thursday is our mid-month motivation because it is the middle of January already. Time is zooming by. And then we February is Fiber Friends sweater knitting month. So start thinking about sweaters options if you want to knit a sweater. And Jocelyn, for those of you who are new here tonight, Jocelyn, who is on here as Northern Knits Podcast, she and I do a 2-week sweater challenge, which starts Thursday, February 9th. So if you want to challenge yourself, it is always fun. You can knit it in whatever weight you want. Um, Jocelyn and I, the last couple of years, have done bulky weight sweaters, and I have to say, it can be done in 2 weeks. I have done it working full time and doing a bulky weight. It knits up really, really quick. It is doable, you guys. Jocelyn and I are both challenging ourselves to a worsted weight sweater. That is going to be more of a challenge. So we will see how that goes. It'll be fun. Whatever progress, however far we get on our sweaters, it will be fun. Maybe you should label the vases. They are somewhat labeled, but yeah, I just think some needle sizes I have run out of. I think that is the bottom line. I have a fair amount of works in progress throughout the house, and a lot of needles are in all those bags. So yeah, I may have to do something about that at some point. But anyways, yeah, I will go see what I can find. Oh, I'm going to update the whiteboard. I've got it right here. So when we are done chatting here in a minute or two, I'm going to update that. I'm going to hop onto Ravelry, put in last week's project, this week's project, find my needles, and sit and knit for a little bit. See if I can find something new on Netflix to watch. And yep, knit the rest of the night away. That is my plan. So thank you everybody for voting. I know I'm really excited for that. So we'll get a little, we'll chat about the hemp next week. We'll see what kind of mitten progress we have. I will see what happens with this cowl. Do I find yarn? Do I order yarn? We will see. We will see. Yes, and we're saying update Ravelry. Yes, I am going to because I want to stay on top of that. So I don't want to get too far behind. So everybody, thank you so much for joining me live. Thanks for chit-chatting. It has been a lovely, lovely evening. This is a great way to start the week. Daisy has come to say hi. Want to come say hi, kitty? There. Can you hear her? She's purring. She's a happy kitty. All right, everybody. Have a great knitting week, and we'll see you Thursday night right here with Jocelyn. We start half an hour earlier. We start at 7:30, and that is just our mid-month motivation. So there's no chat about progress on our goal knitting. It is just grab your knitting, come sit, and we just chat about this, that, and anything. And then Fiber Friends are Saturday morning on the Fiber Friends channel. So we will see you lots of places throughout the week. So everybody have a great knitting week and cast on something new or maybe work towards a finish. We will see you guys all later. Happy knitting, everybody.